What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE TV. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird today. I can feel I'm getting ill, which is awesome because I'm about to travel. But that's irrelevant. The inevitable, I guess, has happened. I got to join in the way everyone else makes these kind of videos. Hi guys, I really didn't want to be making this video, but here I am making this video. Why are you always talking about Destiny 2? Why do you do it to yourself? I'm not playing the game, I'm just talking about it and reading about it because I find it interesting. So the latest drama is that multiple big Destiny influencers are hopping off. I haven't actually checked both, let me look at both. Everything in Destiny is on fire and I'm tired. How is the lore though?
So, things are a little glum.
Oof. I'm just gonna see just the intros of how they sound.
Everyone keeps telling me that Datto just quit Destiny. It has been brought to my attention. Datto says, see you at Renegades.
This time focused on the state of the community, mainly that a number of high-profile creators are not just like ceasing to play the game, but
Everyone's upset.
Hello. We need to have somewhat of a chat. I know.
Yeah, we do. So let's read these tweets. So let's start with this one from Glad. This is his channel. Why I won't be in the epic raid race. Let's see if he has an intro of note.
I was thinking about it. I haven't made up my mind yet. It's not like I came out of the...
This is so... They're all like so defeated, so low energy. It's so sad.
blue. As soon as they announce all this and everything, and then they... Like, I hate that they're doing another fucking belt for this. I know some people agree and they want more races, but like, I'm down for new races, not the same raid. And then like, I know I meme all the time about like the prestige belt, right? But like, literally, where the fuck is my prestige Leviathan belt then?
Okay, let's get in the weeds a little bit, but kind of a tough and long post for me. Yes, I've dropped out of the upcoming contest day 1 raid race last minute. I've apologized to my team, I feel terrible, I truly do. But it's just better that I'm actually not there, instead of forcing myself to be there. Trust me, we are adults, we will handle it. This is my first ever WF raid race that I'm not interested in. It's crazy to say that. WF is world first. World first races were pretty much the only thing left in the game that truly excited me, and got me to play Destiny 2 again. This isn't just an issue with not swap or something like that. The decision has many layers. First off, my total lack of fucking interest in the game as a whole. Oh dear. When I think about getting on to practice or competing in the raid, I just feel empty inside. So many other games excite the shit out of me, but D2 just brings my vibe down. The game feels bland AF to play, and often feels like even more of a chore now. I didn't want to bring that energy to my team. They deserve better. Raid races are 6-man events. I didn't want to be negative, make mistakes, because I didn't care. Not be prepared with gear, practice, and carry all of that to other 5 guys. 5 guys. Yummy. For the normal DP raid, I was all there. I threw in my all. We all did. I was excited. Vibes were good. The power grind is boring. The activities and portal system need mad work still, and the loot system isn't interesting enough to engage someone like me, who wants an interesting grind and chase. If it's not interesting a guy like this, then who is it? I just cannot sit there and chase T5 loot, tier 5, with the current system or increase my level beyond 500, especially after playing something like Borderlands, where the most interesting loot is thrown at you regularly, lol. Much of the interesting loot now is just handed via some quest or bounty. The certainty factor is a turnoff. There also seems to be no backbone or confident direction with the game. It seems like every week new changes are being introduced either via the TWID, that's like the updates on Bungie's website, or in-game, but everything comes with a let's see how this goes, or everything comes with a question mark. Every new change seems so confusing, not asked for, and strange. This goes beyond in-game stuff and reaches out to decision made by the actual company. Back to in-game changes. I also keep seeing things reverted. Example, world first raid race date changes. As I'd say fast. World first raid race date changes, not swap, armor bonuses being reverted, etc. As for a raid race being held for this epic version, I've made my point very clear here. I think it's dumb. Maybe that's unpopular, maybe not. We just had a race. I never liked the idea of having another race for a raid we just raced for. New raid races. It just always takes away from the prestige of raid races and belts. IMO. And no meme at all. If we're giving out belts for hard mode or epic versions of raids now, then where is my prestige Leviathan raid belt? This is what he was saying. Call me a whiny bitch. But am I actually wrong? No, I have a solid point. I feel betrayed, lol. Well, glad you elitist crybaby, what? I'd be curious because like some people watch my Destiny videos and have no clue what the game is actually like how much of this do you actually understand? I feel like I have to address not swap. It's just something no one asked for. I don't actually know what he's talking about with this. Contest raids are made for high-level players. High-level players min-max. They optimize. Loadouts sit in the game. Changing things within an encounter is all of that. Why create an activity for a player type, then insert something into that activity that those players didn't ask for? Feels like a band-aid fix to power creep. Just put on locked loadouts at this point. Locked loadouts also sucks. There has to be a better solution over time here. See, I thought that's what we was talking about, was the locked loadout thing, but I guess it's something else. Destiny 2 will always be Destiny at this point. The game isn't going to change. They are not listening a lot of the time. The devs feel so out of touch. Destiny 2 has been a series of unfulfilled promises for 5 or more years now, and a habit of we are listening, but usually not listening. Back in 2019, the devs at the studio asked me if I thought it would be more interesting to build upon D2 long-term or relaunch a new game and call it Destiny 3 in the future. I 100% said Destiny 3 was the play. Many of us knew it. Even people who don't play the game know that. It's still the truth. Destiny started spiraling downward when the seasonal model became stale many years ago. So true. Nothing serious has changed despite multiple promises to do so. Sure, there have been good changes to certain systems with seasons or episodes, but overall, it still drags. They got lazy, and oftentimes it seems like they don't care and offer things no one asked for. The game's not gonna fix itself. One group of motherfuckers expect that every new content drop or update or news or twid will be the saving grace. They get expectations so high, then are constantly disappointed and start bitching about how promises aren't fulfilled. You don't say, year after year. Then you have another group of assholes who just glaze the cum from the D2 machine. This guy's funny. The weekly reset happens on time, and it's oh snap, we are back. Bright days ahead. Fucking shut the fuck up. Glaze D's, bro. The only thing that will save this franchise is a brand new game. That's final. Fresh start. So true. I'm a broken record at this point, and the fact that D3 could have been out, but wasn't and won't be, is fucking insane. Biggest throw of all time. And all of this is so scary to me, because I feel like the franchise fatigue is hitting me harder than ever. For 1.5 years, I full-time streamed nothing but Destiny. Before I streamed, I uploaded YouTube videos of challenges. After those 1.5 years, I went full variety, but still logged on to do challenges and for new content. Then the seasonal model hit and killed my hope for the game and killed my confidence in the company. So then I only logged on for world-first races and a few other high-end things. And now I don't even want to play the next contest raid because everything feels so shit. I can still play at a level above normal. I can still compete. I bring it when I need to. I just don't want to. No interest. But apathy, man. That's the biggest fear. I think they even said it in that GDC talk. People being angry is good, but apathetic, that's what they really need to be scared of, and that's what's happening. I don't know, man. It is what it is. I guess we'll see where things go from here. Holy fucking essay. Cheers to anyone. My dick is small. I actually read every word. Cheers, glad. Crazy tweet, but completely correct. I honestly don't know how these content creators have clung on for so long without having this serious conversation about this fucking game. Bungie have completely fumbled what should have been an ongoing, huge franchise. So this is a big one. Datto says, see you at Renegades, bye for a little while. Renegades isn't coming out for months as of this tweet, and this dude, who I'm pretty sure is the big multiplayer guy, has announced that he's not playing Trials anymore, which was the Trials of Osiris, the high skill competitive mode. Why this weekend will be my final Trials for the foreseeable future. Let's see what he says.
Yo, what up, squad? Happy to be posting a YouTube video again. Sorry that it's been so long since the last one, and honestly sorry that there's going to be so few in the foreseeable future. But what I want to do in this video is really discuss an update regarding my take on Trials of Osiris, and then we can talk about this video's sponsor, which is SteelSeries Sonar. And we'll meaning the next time I'll even consider stepping foot into it won't be until after the December
Oh, it's so sad, this clip as well, with like the about to activate that lightsaber, Han Solo's blaster. Dude.
Release.
Oh my god.
And this is kind of a big deal. I've been playing Trials of Osiris since it released in 2015 and have
What a somber energy.
played and streamed it religiously. Reason number one for taking time off from Trials is enjoyment. To put it quite
Yeah, it's fucking boring. I cannot believe how long they have hung on.
simply, I don't really enjoy Trials at the moment. The gameplay doesn't feel nearly as fun or rewarding as it did back when the game
Because imagine that with the, I haven't got to it yet, but the Steam numbers going down and down, the community that you're fighting against getting slimmer and slimmer. It's not what you want for a vibrant online game.
mode first was released. And the player base, well, it's in shambles.
Well, seeing as you mentioned that, let's actually talk about the Steam numbers. And these are only the Steam numbers. We don't know what people on PlayStation and Xbox are playing, but you can imagine it's probably around something like this. So the game peaked at about 100k in July, which was when the last expansion came out. The Edges of Fate, that was the 15th of July. Reviewed terribly, is actually the first expansion I haven't finished. I've played every other one. I don't make full reviews on them anymore, and I really just, going back to that apathy, I just can't hack it. It's so boring to play this game now. It's crazy. And I think most people are in agreement. You can see ever since the final shape, which on Steam peaked with 314k players, which wasn't even its all-time peak. Lightfall unfortunately got that. So lame. They structured their story in a way that was so conclusive and didn't have an exciting follow-up lined up, in tandem with the studio being ripped apart and slashed at its seams, with the Sony purchase and the deliverables not being met and all of this chaos at the studio, of course they're not able to keep this alive and keep it going. I really think at this point the play is just to put Destiny away for a while, put it away for 5 years, and make the sequel that they should have been making and developing in the background, probably instead of Marathon, or at least in tandem with Marathon, or at least with all of that development resource that went into those spin-off games that all got cancelled anyway. So unbelievably ridiculous how management spread their resources thin, and just look at what happened. It's so sad. The studio used to mean so much to me. They used to be so exciting and creative, and it's just an utter shell of its former self.
Leading to matching these same sweaty teams over and over again.
Yeah,
I used to look forward to my 12-hour trial streams, but there are a ton of people doing paid carries again, even though it's blatantly against the Bungie TOS. Now, to be clear, I have nothing against paid carries. While I never have done them myself, I don't blame
I do.
anybody for accepting payment in exchange for their services. But
that's lame.
Now, however, with such a small player base and such high incentive for all these service streamers to be online, they are nearly impossible to avoid. Which leads me to my main point here with
and this, for the record, was a sweaty game mode anyway, so I can't even imagine how sweaty it is nowadays.
the whole behind the scenes nonsense. The new meta for playing trials is actually avoiding all of these teams. So what you see here is that all the streamers are going to have a bunch of tabs open because they want the path of least resistance on getting their 7 wins so they can get as many of these paid carries done as possible. They have all the tabs of all the other service streamers that are currently online open, intentionally avoiding them. Essentially, they are reverse stream sniping them. And hey, I do this at times too, because when these teams happen to match each other, nobody wants to play it out. What happens is somebody will back out, which will loss protect their carry, and then they'll give the other team the win, and then they'll just go continue on with their card. And I want to make it
that's lame. I think you get the idea. I'm just going to skim through these videos, see if there's anything interesting.
So we're just under 2 months into Edge of Fate and this new era of the game. And I don't know, just kind of want to talk about where we're at.
Oh my god, this is so sad. I really like Datto as well. He was like my go-to Destiny content.
Right now, things are hitting a bit different post first impressions, as they tend to do. So I just want to talk at you for a little bit, all right?
Oh man, I don't know if I can hack much more of this.
I'm not on a script today. Surprising, perhaps, but yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit at the microphone. Some of this will get edited down inevitably, but I think
Yeah, this music choice and everything.
I wanted to go ahead and talk about what is going on with the narrative side of things and talk about some
This really reminds me of when what happened to Halo happened to Halo. When all the Halo YouTubers basically had meltdowns. I guess it's the inherent risk of building a channel around one game.
bright spots and some not so.
Sometimes you're lucky, like a Vati video, and you have like a constant stream of quality and variety to keep things fresh and interesting, but man.
So bright spots. For context, yes, I have seen all of the different bits and pieces of other creators talking about what they think is and isn't working right now in Destiny 2, and you can assume I've seen them all, and I agree with all of them.
Man, he really sounds down.
Datto, Llama, Fallout, whatever. Like, yeah, I've seen all their content with regards to what's going on. I have experienced the exact same things. I don't like the idea of jumping in and making a video like this purely on the basis that I don't want to contribute too much to what is already an overwhelming chorus of voices saying
Why not? That's like your whole channel.
stuff that is vaguely similar. And I also know that there are some people who come to this channel because they want the story and they would love an escape from everything that is going on in the rest of the game, where things generally are not going so well between the bugs and the cheaters and everything else.
Oh yeah, because of the studio being slashed as far as staff, the game is in the buggiest state it's ever been because they just don't have the QA testers that they once had. It's kind of a ghost ship at this point.
That's happening that generally is not making the game feel very fun. So my promise to you is that this is not the only video that I have planned for the end of September. I have 2 more pieces of content coming up. One of them is on a Death Star. It's going to be pretty cool. The other
What?
pieces of content coming up. One of them is on a Death Star.
One is in a death. This is the state of this game. Oh my god.
It's going to be pretty cool. The other one is a long-form video talking about Destiny Rising, which I've been working towards for several weeks now. I expect those at some point soon, but for today, I just wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about what's going on with the narrative and talk about what's happening.
What is going on with the narrative? I didn't even finish the last expansion.
With, well, Ash and Iron, Edge of Fate, leading up to Renegade.
Yeah, Ash and Iron was supposed to be this kind of update to hold you over to the next expansion, but it kind of unanimously has been poo-pooed by the community.
The general narrative health of the game. Something that can't be avoided is simply the fact that Edge of Fate's release, now that we are a few months out past it, whilst it may have been qualitatively really good, and I certainly stand by that, I will remind you all again that I'm talking about the narrative and the lore, not the damn campaign missions and Matterspark. Like, if you really need reminding of this, please just leave, click off the video. Clearly we don't care and don't talk about the same things. But yeah, that may have been received really well across the community, but I think it's important to understand that there's just a sizable portion of people that are checked out of the game at the moment, and that's partly through some fault of the rest of the game having persistent troubles over and over and over again, and that's also partly thanks to just the main story of the Light and Dark saga ending.
And it's just stale. Like, people are over it. The new pastures, new greener pastures, Borderlands is out. There's so many good games out, I just don't understand why you would play Destiny 2 at this point.
No new revelations here. I think it was always going to be kind of an insurmountable thing to make the entirety of the game feel as though it was something that people wanted to come back for. Credit where it's due, Bungie has actually crafted a story hook that means that there is purpose in the universe again, which is something I identified as like one of the really big problems with Destiny's narrative at the time being. That being said, it's clear that the main hook of Light and Dark Saga's, villain and prospect of facing down the darkness, that's been completed and people got their 10 years of story and now they're pretty content. Unfortunately, and I know this will ignite an entire debate in the comments section, I'm sure there will be people flinging insults left, right and center at me, Bungie, other people in the comments, whoever it may be, but I fear that the only real way to push the narrative forward in a manner that would bring players back now is to add a 3 to the end of the box. So
everyone's in agreement. Sure, everyone's been saying this for so long. How did they not?
Oh, yeah, there's that. I don't think that's any new revelation. It certainly isn't something which is some wild idea. It certainly does not fix all the problems with Destiny at current, and it also means that there are going to be even more issues that arise from the state of it being a new game. But as far as a reset for the player base is concerned, I think that's where things are right now. And I don't want to say that as a means of taking away anything that has been done by the narrative team at current that has been absolutely fantastic, because I stand by what I said. Edge of Fate rocks. Like, it was a really good story. You had some really interesting and compelling characters, some of the best writing that's ever been done. The delivery that was done by all of the different cast members in Edge of Fate, across both audio recordings.
Too little too late, in a campaign that was just unbearably boring. And I'm going to stop it there because this is like ruining my mood. I do feel sorry for these guys. I find it funny how certain channels have to protect their relationships more than others. You can tell the way they have to talk around it. But I appreciate this kind of candor from Glad, who was just like, what the fuck, man? What have you done? So leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. If you once played this game, would you ever play it again? Would you play Destiny 3? That Star Wars expansion to me seems dead on arrival. It's just pathetic. I'll see you on the next vid. Bye.